Hello and happy Saturday. Hope you're having a lovely Saturday morning and welcome to Mystery Stamping. Just wait a couple of minutes. It might be a bit early for people this morning. Or people might be out with the mud army or yes. So I'll just wait a couple of minutes and hopefully we'll have a few people joining us. It's a bit of a delay as people come on. Hello, and who have we got joining us this morning? I can't see who's joined me yet, so hopefully you're having a wonderful morning and it's not too hot where you are or cold. Oh, good morning, Glenda. Lovely to see you. I hope you're having a lovely morning and it's beautiful and fine up in your neck of the woods. It's very fine here and very, very humid, but it's fabulous. Are you crafting along with me today, Glenda? I've got, I really like this project and it's got a little special, extra special mystery with it, or surprise. So yeah, who else have we got watching this morning? Oh yes, it's stinking hot and humid, and yes you are. Fabulous. All right, we'll just give people a couple more minutes to hop on. And so when you're playing along with Mystery Stamping, oh, good morning, Grace. Yeah, when you're playing along with Mystery Stamping, what I need you to do is when you've finished with a clue, you just type in the comments the clue number, so it might be 7, and the word done, and then I know that we're ready to move on to the next clue. Oh, you're clicking firewood, Grace. That seems a bit funny since we're talking about how humid and hot it is today. And I'm just so excited today because my best friend from New Zealand is currently on a plane on her way over here. So I am so excited. I still won't be able to see her for a little while, but yes. Hi Kathy, thanks for joining. It's okay that you haven't had time to cut your things. You can still watch it on replay, and I'll just move my thing up a little bit, and you'll still be able to comment and ask questions, and it's all good. I just am happy that people are giving up part of their Saturday morning to be with me. And I had to, my other best friend is her birthday and we're going out for brunch with her, and I said I couldn't go because I have to craft first. We were supposed to go out Thursday, but we had all warnings and stuff. So, okay, so let's talk about what you'll need. So you'll need a stamp set. It'll need to fit on your smallest square piece. Or if you're die cutting or whatever, you might want to have done that first. You'll need your ink pads. You'll need some coloured cardstock. Oh, and we also need some pattern paper. So you I've actually, with the coloured cardstock, you'll need your base card, which is 4 inches by 11.5 inches. And you're going to score it at 5 3/4. And then you'll also need your white for the front, with smaller pieces for the front, and the other piece, which is a bit bigger, is for the inside. Then you'll also need a different coloured cardstock, and again you'll have a piece for the front which is around about 1/8 of an inch bigger than your white, around about. You can adjust the size if you like, and then you'll have a piece for the inside as well. So you have 2 pieces of pattern paper. So one will be, so you can use the same paper or you can use different ones. So you might use a piece like this and a little strip like this. Or if they're from the same pack, that will be fabulous. And you will need your cutter if you want to add ribbon or twine or bling. You'll need those things. You'll need your bone folder, and you will also need either some foam adhesive strips or the edges of your dimensionals. And I will today be showing you, I have some samples. Okay. Yes, Grace, it is so exciting for me to see my New Zealand bestie. Yeah, she's here for about a month and they have a house up the coast. So once they've done their things they need to do up there, we'll be going to see them. And yes, I saw that you're just watching while you can. Good morning, Rhoda. Nice to have you watching. Hope you're well this morning and having a fabulous Saturday. All right, so we've got our basic tools, we've got our materials. If you're watching on replay, that's quite all right. You can stop it at any time. And good morning, Talia. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a lovely Saturday morning. Now, if you are crafting along at home, when you've finished doing your clue, you just type in the comments the number of the clue and the word done, so I know when to move on. Because I am told that I'm a bit of a quick crafter, so I need to slow down a little. So let's go on to our second clue, which is part of our making. All right, so we've got our base card and we have scored it at, if you haven't done this before, we've scored it at 5 3/4 and we're folding it in half and we're burnishing the edge. And then when you open it out, after you've done that, you need to get your trimmer and you're going to cut a 1.5 inch strip off the left-hand edge of your card. Well, that's okay, Talia. Happy to have you watching. You don't have to prep anything, but ask questions and make comments, and happy to see what you say. Okay, so we're going to cut this little strip off. Good morning, Ray. Nice to be able to join us this morning. Okay, and so we will end up with 2 pieces, and here's one I did earlier that I like this. Do not throw this piece away. You want to keep it, and this piece here is the front of your card. This piece here you're going to keep, and it will go on the front also, but it'll be a bit different. Okay, so when you've, oh, it's still Friday afternoon there, Luann. And you've just got 12 inches of snow. Oh goodness. And we're talking about how hot it is here and humid after we've had a week of rain and floods. And so yeah. So when you finish your cutting and you've got folded your flap back like this, you've typed done. Now I know Glenda's crafting along, and if anyone else is, just type done. Okay, so let's go. We'll just move on to the next clue. I think everybody who's crafting along. So, you know, you have your bigger piece of designer series paper or pattern paper like this, and you want to adhere it to that front flap of the card. Okay. Now, you need to make a decision about which way your card's going to go. Is it going to be vertical or is it going to be horizontal? And that will do, I should have said this earlier, that would have determined how you cut your cardstock, cut your pattern paper. All right, but it doesn't matter. Like, it can go either way, the card will work. All right, and everybody's card will be different. Trust me on that. So I used glue to stick mine together, and I'm not showing you. Now, part of the mystery stamping is that you don't know what the card looks like until the end. So there's no right or wrong answers, and no stamper gets left behind. And it's just a bit of fun. And what the whole purpose of mystery stamping is that you get to use stuff that's in your stash, and you get to interpret something and get a bit more confidence with what you're using. Okay, so when you're sticking this on, it should be you have an equal space around all four sides on the little flap. Okay, all right. And I hope that I did these in order. Okay, so now you've got a smaller piece of cardstock, and it was 3 1/8 by 3 1/4. And so what you're going to do is adhere that to the front of your that pattern piece of paper, so that it's got a nice border all the way around. Now you'll notice these pieces aren't exactly square. I would have loved to have made them square, but it didn't work for me with the width that I cut that piece off. Okay, and so when you've stuck that on and it's got a nice border around all four sides, you can open the card, and in the comments type 4 and done. So yeah, we've had a bit of an exciting morning. I've been asking Steve to cut down, or not cut down, but trim the grevillea trees at the bottom of the driveway. And he went down, and I've been asking for weeks because there's heaps of blooms on them and they were covering the driveway. And he went down to trim them this morning, and the whole tree has fallen over, and it's so big we can't. No, that wasn't the white piece, Glenda, that was the coloured piece. Did I give you the wrong dimensions? Sorry. So it was a smaller coloured piece of cardstock. So sorry, it was 3 1/2 by 3 1/4 by 3 1/8. A smaller piece of cardstock, Glenda. Keep the white piece for at one side, and then you will be able to stamp on that if you wish. Okay. Yeah, so our tree at the bottom of the driveway is now covering half the driveway because it fell over. And there's no way that we can save it, which is a bit sad. So when you've done clue number 4, just type number 4 and done. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. Steve's rung the council because it's actually on council land, but we just keep it trimmed because our neighbours years ago planted those trees, and yeah, they sort of took over. Okay, number 4 and done. Okay, we're ready to move on to clue number 5. So you've got your larger piece of coloured cardstock, and this is 3 3/4 by 3 7/8, and you want to attach that to the inside, and it will be, let me explain this, it'll be about, so you've got your card fold, and it can be either this way or that way. I'll do it this way. It'll be about 1/4 inch below the top fold, or if it's that way, it'll be about 1/4 inch that way to the right of it if it's a side fold card. As I said, it works either way. And so this is your larger piece of coloured cardstock that you're going to sit there. And you don't want to move it over to the right, you just want it to have it close to that fold line. And there is a reason for that. Trust me, I'm an expert. Good morning, Jody. How are you? Nice to see you this morning. So remember, you can catch this on replay if you aren't crafting along. It's okay that you're late, Jody. Would you like me, are you crafting along, or would you like me to go back over the clues for you? And or are you just going to watch it on replay? Okay, so we've done number 5. So we're about halfway through. Okay. So, no, you're just watching. You're having a lazy morning. They're the best mornings, Jody. Okay. So clue number 6. You've got your little cardstock strip, which is 4 inches by 1.5 inches. So you've also got a little strip of pattern paper, and you're going to attach that strip of pattern paper in the center, so it'll be centered top to bottom, centered left to right. Okay, now if you're using a ribbon, you might want to wrap it round and tie a little bow here, or I will show you another option later, so you don't have to add the ribbon now. Okay, so just going to pop that mine on. Oops. Now, and I will then show you the next step, so don't be too concerned about the next step. But this is probably the hardest step in the whole card, all right? other than the stamping, but it's if you think that stamping is hard. Okay, well Jodie, I hope you've got a coffee this morning, and I hope everybody's got a coffee. Our Canadian watchers, I hope that you have got a nice glass of wine or a cocktail or something lovely. Okay, I'm looking forward to getting a really nice coffee with my bestie Alison after this to celebrate her birthday. And we're going to a cafe that makes Tim Tam pancakes. Oh my goodness. So I'm not having those, but it sounds amazing. All right, so we're up to the bit. We've got our pattern paper on our strip. We're going to turn it over. Now, you need to make sure you know which direction the bottom of your pattern is, okay? So I make sure that when I'm doing this step, I have my pattern on the right hand side, the base of the pattern on the right hand side. That just makes it easier for me to work. So I've got my adhesive foam strips. I actually cut them down so they fit in my wide stamp case. And so what I want to do, now if you don't have foam strips, don't worry, you can use a bucket load of dimensionals, because you want to have some foam right along the edge of this. And I'm just going to cut that bit off there. And on 3 sides, okay? Now the reason you want to have this is this makes, and anyone guess what this makes? It makes a little pocket. So you might think this is weird, but I will show you at the end why this is. So you've got your base there, and you've got your little pocket, okay? And then we're going to stick it on. Now I've already put that white on, so don't worry about that for me. Going to stick that on the right edge of my card, or the bottom edge, so as far away so that the foam is along that edge, okay? Now this is the little point that some people have difficulty with. Okay. Now I'm using the foam strip here because I want it to be a little bit deeper than the top. Okay. So how are you going with that, Glenda? Are you happy with that one? Did I explain it in a way that was useful? Oh. Okay, so that's, so I'll just take it off so you can see. So you've got that piece there. So I've got it around those 3 sides. And yes, Glenda, you can have a look. And then I've stuck this to my base card on the right hand edge or the bottom edge, depending on which way you're going. Does that make sense, Glenda? Just gently prise it off. So it's going to go as far away from this fold as possible. And normally I wouldn't demonstrate this, but I want you to be happy. Normally I would just let you interpret that. But because it's a bit of a sticking point for people and it's important we get this right. Yeah. Okay, so when you're done there, Glenda, just type 6 and done. So Talia, I hope your little man's doing well. He looks so cute last time I saw him. Must be growing so quickly. My little girl is 25 this month. I can't believe that. Anyway, so now's the time for stamping. So you can stamp. I'm not actually stamping on my white piece, but if you want to stamp on your white piece and all your scraps, and you can put some, so just concentrate on the front piece first. So I hope you didn't get too badly affected by the floods, Talia, because I know that out your way was affected. Luann, 12 inches of snow, that's a lot. That would be so cold. Just trying to think, Alberta is, oh, is that, I don't know whether that's on the, I don't know my geography very well. So, yeah, so when you finish clue number 7, just type 7 and done. Jodie, your firstborn is 33. Oh my goodness. That's wonderful, isn't it? At least I've gotten over, hopefully, that icky age. Good morning, Carolyn. Oh, thank you for popping in to say hello. It's really nice to see you. I thought you might have been working today. Well, everyone catches up on surgeries and stuff. It is a fun card. Do we do this once a month, Carolyn, on the first Saturday of the month? Then we just have clues that you can follow, so you don't see the card until the end. So at the moment we're just waiting for people to stamp their images, and if you don't want to stamp them now, you can do them later. And then when, so you can stick your image onto this white piece, Glenda. So Kathy, your daughter's 34 and you're waiting for the 3rd baby. That's amazing. Oh, I can't wait till my daughter has babies. It will be fabulous. I'm going to be such a spoiling grandmother. I hope she has lots of them. Oh, I'm glad you're not working today. It'd be a bit hectic. I hope you weren't too affected by the floods, Carolyn. And like I know my friend's daughter moved into your area last Saturday in the midst of the floods. Oh, I'm glad your little man's all good, Talia. Excuse me. Yeah, I can't believe Paris is nearly 25. And yeah, closing the daycare was tricky with work. But yeah, and I'm really sorry we lost our tree too. Oh, that's good. Kathy, oh, her due date is my wedding anniversary. How cool is that? Oh, it's also my parents' wedding anniversary as well. So they were married 45 years before my husband and I. Okay, we're on to clue number 8. So there's some time for some more stamping. So if you've got your big piece for the inside, which is 3.5 by 3 5/8, you can stamp away. So I've stamped just some images. You might want to put some fussy cut bits on here as well. You want this layer to be very, very flat. Carolyn, my renos are going slowly. They're on track, but I thought it would be quicker. Because when they renovated our ensuite, it was only a month, whereas now we're on week 4. And I'm okay with that because the guys are lovely. But yes, it is doing my head in having dust and people in your house and people having to use your ensuite because both the other bathrooms don't have toilets or sinks or anything in them. And going and visiting friends or your mum and taking your washing is a bit hard too because the laundry is out of action. I'm glad you're in an elevated part of Marika. Yeah. The floods didn't actually slow down the renos at all. The only thing is one of the builders who was supposed to come Friday, he's isolating. So, sorry Glenda, when you finish clue number 8, just type 8 and done. Yeah. These guys are pretty good with the renos. We've had them do ensuite, bathroom and kitchen. So if I win lotto, they'll be doing my craft room too. But yeah. Okay, so now is time to embellish your card with some bling and yeah, just pop it all together. I haven't, I've lost bits of mine. So, so this is pretty much the last clue. So you're going to embellish it. You're going to, if you want to add ribbon, what you can do is you can add ribbon, and I've got to show you this without showing you. I don't know if you can see that. You can add ribbon so it wraps around the back of a card. Okay. All right. Or you can add ribbon so that it... Oh, I've lost that card that has that. Oops. Losing embellishments everywhere. So when you have done clue number 9, I will show you the original card that I made. And this is my little prototype. And I'll show you a couple of others. So this is my favourite part. If you wanted to, you could just chuck a ribbon, just tie a bow and chuck it on. You don't need to do anything too much. Okay. Let's see how we're going. Yeah, so yeah, one of our builders is isolating due to COVID, but he will be back next week, hopefully. Because I think it's just his family has it and he is a close contact, but I don't know. The company is pretty strict with their workers. Like on the first day, they all had their masks and yeah, they've got sanitizer and I don't think my floors have been vacuumed so many times in their life because they do a little bit and vacuum at lunchtime and then they vacuum after work, and so it's been pretty good, but it is very dusty. And we have lots of little paw prints where Delphi's walked through the dust. So, we haven't been able to wash the floors because of the weather really. But now that it's a bit finer, and those storms that were predicted for this morning didn't happen, that's quite good. So how are you going, Glenda? Are we nearly done? Sometimes it's difficult to work out where you're going to put your embellishments, but I think that I know they are. That's funny, Carolyn. Yes, I'm sure that they're actual tradies. They're just beautiful. Maybe Gold Coast, because they all come from the Gold Coast, so maybe Gold Coast tradies are different. So here we go. Our mystery is solved. So this is my little cute little card. So, and I don't know, I've been using a lot more cute stamp sets lately. And this is from the mini catalogue, the little, and it hasn't got any embellishments on it, but I've got some ribbon. So I wrapped that ribbon around the front of my card. And when I open it up, I've got some little clouds and some stamping. And we've got a little pocket for our little gift card. So I think this is such a cute card, it even fits in that way. So, yeah. Oh, that kite was culled from your list. Oh. Actually, if you want to see some really good kite samples, Carolyn, look at Meg from iteachstamping.com. She has, yes, I've naturally colour coordinated the gift card. No, I didn't really, but okay. So I'm going to show you a couple more because I had a little bit of a run on because this is the Sunshine and Rainbows paper, which in Australia we've still got celebration for about another 10 days, 11 days till the 16th because of supply issues. So that we're able to use that paper. So I did another one as well. So this is a little happy retirement card, and I really like this one, so I've done it facing the other way. And again, this pops in, but I prefer to put it this way because otherwise it would cover my time to relax. So I haven't done much on the inside because I wanted to leave heaps of room. Oh. Well, Glenda, mine looks better than yours. I'm sure yours looks lovely. You'll have to send me a picture, okay? And I've had a little bit more practice making these. This one here is also with a celebration set, a driving by set, and the same papers. So all the papers I've used for mine. I think this needs more on it, but I didn't decorate the inside. I was running out of time. Yeah, so I thought that was so cute. This one here, I didn't put the layer of cardstock on the inside. So this is the Friendly Hello set. I would probably colour now I look at it now, I would colour my pearls so they stand out a little bit more. Again, this is the one that I wrapped around the back and to cover that up. Yeah, so it's quite cute because it can go whatever way you want. And this is my little lady beetle, again the same paper. And I'm not sure this is many happenings or many messages. I've used a few stamps from that. And they're my samples. So as you can see, it can go that way. Or we can do the little kite. Now, generally I don't make cutesy cards, but I have been doing so many cutesy cards lately. And I'm blaming my friend Meg from iteachstamping.com and Nikki Kello for that, because it all started with a shark challenge last year. And she challenged me to use her, I think it was baby shark stamp set, and I made so many, and so every couple of months she brings over a stamp set and says, here, look at that. Yeah. Oh yes, Meg's good to look up, Carolyn. She's really very, very clever. She has a couple of things going on. So like she has a Stamping Family, which is a subscription service, and I can tell you that is probably the best $12 a month Australian that I've ever spent. And then she has her Makeable Crafts and iteachstamping.com. So I'm not sure where, I know she has got some of those on her blog, but she also has other ones in her other groups as well. All right, well, I hope you had fun. I can see that you did have fun, Glenda, and oh, you love the cutesy cards. Thanks, Charlie. And thank you for watching, everybody. I really appreciate your time giving and sharing your Saturday morning / Friday afternoon with me. Or for Grace, it was Saturday afternoon. But yes, I really appreciate it. And so next weekend I am doing an online Stampin' Up party. So over the weekend I will post some details about that, and over next weekend we'll do a make and take, and we will have a bit of fun. So even if you're not interested in buying anything, please join me for part of the weekend, and you might learn something or find something that you've missed in the catalogue, and you might have questions that I can answer for you. I'm so glad that everybody joined us, and you all have a great weekend. Stay safe, especially those people in the snowy areas. Stay safe. If anyone in New South Wales where it's now flooding, and if you're in the mud army, please be careful as you're helping with the cleanup. And yeah, have a wonderful weekend. Until next time, happy creating. Bye for now.